Douglas Minor, Mr. Askew, David Askew, Taylor Askew, I apologize, Taylor Askew, and David Zetlin. They're not in the courtroom now.
When the court broke to go in chambers, probably about an hour ago, I made an announcement that, actually to the crowd, that anybody could stay if they wanted to leave, and then instruct the lawyers to leave and go anyway. I've been advised that they have now left the premises, and the sheriff has confirmed to me that they're not in the courtroom and they're not in the parking lot. And they have told somebody that they would had to be in Knoxville, Tennessee, and they will leave. That's not the way it works. The court will, at some point, issue a show cause order to see why these defense lawyers should not be held in contempt of court and sanctioned by the court for their failure to be here for the roof. They know better than to leave before the court makes its final decision. Now, I'm prepared to make my opinion and order in this case, and I'm going to read it to you. And it's going to take a minute, so you'll have to hang in here with me. I'll begin. In Trinidad's case, this matter is currently, first of all, can you hear me in the back there?
Yes, sir.
All right. This matter is currently before the court on the petitioner's first amended petition for preliminary and permanent injunctive release and declaratory judgment. Petitioner is MEC number 4, and the petitioner's motion for preliminary injunction, MEC 5, and the respondent's response in opposition to the petitioner's motion for preliminary injunction, MEC 12. The petitioner Trinidad Chambliss seeks an injunction which preliminary enjoins the respondent's National Collegiate Athletic Association, NCAA, from prohibiting the petitioner from practicing, playing, or otherwise participating on the University of Mississippi Intercollegiate football team during the 2026-27 academic year until such later time that his amended petition above is finally heard on its merits. After due consideration of witnesses' testimony today, the exhibits and other proof presented, arguments of counsel, and applicable law, the court finds as follows. First of all, the court reserves the right to amend, modify, supplement, or alter its ruling based on any error in fact or law that I might make pursuant to the Mississippi Rules of Civil Procedure. Petitioner Trinidad Chambliss, and I'm going to call him Trinidad, is an adult resident citizen of the state of Michigan whose address is 3830 Burton Street, Southeast, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 49546. Since approximately May 1st, 2025, Trinidad has attended the University of Mississippi Ole Miss on an athletic scholarship and has participated as an active member of the Ole Miss football team. Respondent, NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletic Association, is an unincorporated private association of member colleges, universities, and athletic conferences throughout the United States. The NCAA maintains its principal place of business at 700 West Washington Street, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46206-6222. Trinidad asserts only state law claims in this action. None of his claims are based on or arise out of federal law. Likewise, the citizenship of unincorporated, maybe that's more like this. It's gonna take a minute. Likewise, the citizenship of an unincorporated association like the NCAA is determined by the citizenship of all its member institutions, including without limitations, institutions such as the University of Michigan, Michigan State University, and Ferris State University, and all of which are domiciled in Trinidad's home state of Michigan. See Staggs versus NCAA 2018 WL 409-2104. In parentheses, S period, D period, Cal period, August 28, 2018. In this court's view, there is no basis for removal of this action to federal district court based upon the federal question of diversity of citizenship. jurisdiction and venue. This court has jurisdiction over all matters of equity, including petitions seeking injunctive relief, like the one here. Mississippi Constitution, Article 6, Section 159, Mississippi Code Annotated 9/119/1972, Mississippi High School Associations, Inc. versus Edinburgh High School, 178 Southern 3rd, 1208, at page 1209, Mississippi 2015. Injunctive relief is within the jurisdiction of the Chancery Court. Pursuant to Mississippi Code 13-3-57, this court has in personam jurisdiction over the NCAA because it transacts business in the state of Mississippi, including through the organization of intercollegiate athletic competitions. Trinidad's cause of action arose from the NCAA's transaction of business in Mississippi. Venue is property of Lafayette County, Mississippi, under section 11-5-1 Mississippi Code Annotated. Because the personal property interest which Trinidad seeks to secure, i.e. his eligibility to participate in intercollegiate athletics at the University of Mississippi, sometimes Ole Miss, is situated in Lafayette County, and also because Trinidad's cause of action arose in Lafayette County. Introduction. This action arises from Trinidad's claim the NCAA breached his contractual right as an intended third-party beneficiary to have the NCAA act in good faith and with fair dealing in interpreting their own bylaws and rules with regard to Trinidad's request for an eligibility waiver, so he can have the opportunity to compete in the upcoming 2026-27 college football season at Ole Miss. It is Trinidad's position that the NCAA, in its bylaws and rules, in an unreasonable and arbitrary way, which denies him this opportunity. On the other hand, NCAA has rejected the request of Ole Miss for an extension of the eligibility waiver on Trinidad's behalf because it did not fit within the narrow and defined circumstances provided by the NCAA's DI manual. This court is disinclined to agree with the NCAA's argument. While the NCAA acknowledges that there is a contractual relationship between the NCAA and Ole Miss as a member institution, and Trinidad Chambliss as an intended third-party beneficiary thereto, they agree to that. But if this relationship is contractual, there are mutual responsibilities owed by all parties, not just the member institutions and the student athletes. The NCAA owed Trinidad the duty to evaluate and decide the eligibility extension waiver by the Ole Miss fairly, reasonably, and based on the totality of the circumstances here. For reasons stated below, the NCAA failed to do that. Trinidad enrolled at Fair State in the fall of 2021. He was redshirted there in 21-22, and 22-23, according to Ms. Higley of the Fair State staff. There's some dispute related to his being a medical waiver in 22-23. Trinidad played quarterback at Fair State University in the fall of 2023 and the fall of 2024. He transferred to Ole Miss in 2025 and played quarterback for Ole Miss in the fall of 2025 season. And accordingly, Trinidad has only played 3 seasons of collegiate football. The upcoming 2026-27 football season would be Trinidad's 4th and final season. And it is Trinidad's contention the NCAA, in violation of its own bylaws and policies, is denying him the opportunity to compete as a student athlete in the fall of 26 for his final and only 4th college football season. Trinidad first enrolled at Fair State in the fall of 2021, but medical and physical incapacity prevented his ability to adequately train and condition and develop athletically. Fair State redshirted Trinidad in the 21-22 academic year. Trinidad's medical issues did not improve and likewise prevented him from competing in collegiate football contests or games for Fair State in the fall of 2022. According to Tony Andes, the head coach of Fair State, and Sarah Higley, Senior Athletic Director of Ferris State, Trinidad Chambliss did not even dress out for any games during the 2022 football season. Keep in mind, the 2022 season is the season that we're concerned about, is whether or not he's granted away. According to Sarah Higley, Trinidad was redshirted during both his freshman and his sophomore years, 2021 and 2022. That's not exactly correct, but that's what she said. And only competed in 2 seasons at 2023-24 and 24-25 before transferring to Ole Miss. Because Trinidad did not play in any games during the 22 season, Ferris State did not file any paperwork with NCAA for a medical waiver. Affidavit of Taylor Hall, page 3 and 4, and letter of Sarah Higley of NCAA AMA staff. It's MEC document number 5 and 4. Obviously, Trinidad's medical conditions, which rendered him incapable of competing in any game during these years, were beyond the control of him or Ferris State. Trinidad's pertinent medical history. Trinidad was born August 24, 2002. He is 23 years of age. The cascade of medical issues which plagued Trinidad began in June of 2017 when he was 15 years of age. They continued through his high school and college careers and did not fully resolve until he had surgery intervention in December of 2024. There is substantial proof that has been provided to the court today, in which is previously provided by the NCAA by Ole Miss concerning Trinidad's medical history from 2017 through the end of 2024. Exposure to the Epstein-Barr virus, 2 lengthy bouts of infectious mononucleosis, COVID-19 exposure, and consequent chest pain, heart palpitations, shortness of breath, and dizziness, chronic tonsillitis and adenoiditis, chronic sinus congestion, swelling, infection, upper respiratory distress, mouth breathing, shortness of breath, obstructive sleep apnea, with resulting symptoms that include fever, nausea, loss of appetite, muscle weakness, breathing difficulties, sleep deprivation, fatigue, hypertrophy, tonsils, and adenoids, that adversely impacted Trinidad's abilities to train and compete athletically and significantly factored in the decision by Ferris State to redshirt him during his first year of school and not to play him in his second year. All of this medical proof is contained in today's record, and the court is relying on the evidence in making this ruling. The medical evidence is too important for this court to ignore, but for the sake of brevity and the interest of judicial economy, all of that medical detail is not being repeated in this order. We got a long way to go. In 2017, Trinidad was exposed to the Epstein-Barr virus and contracted infectious mononucleosis.